All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, HALAL, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the powers of Israel, aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. So, I believe I came across this information today, actually. But this article is from Friday, so it's a couple days ago now. You know what happened, this so-called pagan holiday. Thanksgiving just passed. So, you know, a lot of times toward the end of the year, the last quarter, they tend to do a lot, you know what I'm saying, as far as legislation, as far as pushing certain agendas. Now, granted, people have had to see it for quite some time now, but, you know, as I talked to a brother yesterday when we was on the way to camp, we was like, yo, they're going to start talking about the see it more. Like, on some mainstream shit, they're going to start talking more about it to get people used to hearing about it. All right, they already had people used to, you know, not carrying cash entirely and, you know, scanning their phones or scanning their whatever. You know, the whole thing with as a CHIP in their credit cards or debit cards. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be the talk more because we're at the end. So as these devils and now these heathens are pushing more for a digital era, digital society, what more than a digital currency? And ultimately it's going to be the mark of the beast, which is prophecy in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. And now what's going to start happening is, aside from World War III, because that's part of it too, Jacob Trouble, that's part of it too, but this CHIP, this is the main ingredient for, like, we're at the end. So when we start hearing about this happening more, with people having this, that's how we know we definitely at the end. Well, we know we at the end, but like, it's like really, really right there. All right. So this is from Yahoo. And it reads, man loses password to CHIP in his hand. And it says, when magic tricks backfire, you usually just need a new deck of cards. Z Tang Wang learned that body modifications come with higher stakes. The Missouri-based magician and molecular biologist forgot the password to an Rfid CHIP. Now, this is in regular media. Now, you hear about RFID microchips. Now it's like they didn't crack the can open. They didn't crack crack the ice, if you will. It said to embed it in his own hand, leaving him literally locked out of technology inside his body. So there you go. That's a flaw in itself. If you forget the password, now you can't use whatever, and you got to call him on my CHIP, whatever. But it's embedded in his body, so he's already dead. Now I don't know. Well, if it's an RFID chip, that's the mark of the beast. So this guy's dead. But it sounds like a heathen by name. It sounds like a Moabite or Ammonite. But at the end of the day, this is somebody that's sealed up. If he is an Israelite, he's already, salvation's done for him. And that's where we're at right now. So they're going to start pushing this more and more. You're going to start hearing about it more and more and more. All right? So it says, I'm living my own cyberpunk dystopia life right now, locked out of technology inside my body, and it's my own fault. Wayne posted on Facebook in November 2025, which is about to be the last day of November right now. It says, complete with an x-ray showing the white outline of the CHIP between his thumb and index finger. It says, Wang originally implanted the RFID CHIP as a performance gimmick. Audience members would press their smartphone against his hand to trigger magical tricks. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's cute. It says the theatrical impact disappointed him, so he repurposed the chip by programming it with a Bitcoin address linked to an MGOR meme. Now, what is a Bitcoin? That's currency. All right? And what's the new thing they're going to be doing? Cryptocurrency. That's going to be the new wave. So he's already in the new system, so to speak. He already has it, because if it's connected to his Bitcoin, they're pushing his cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all of that. So we here. It's right here. And you're going to start seeing more issues like this. You're going to start hearing about more people getting the CHIP implanted in their body. All right? So it says years later, when the link died and Wang tried updating the CHIP's contents, he discovered he completely forgotten his security credentials. The CHIP now sits uselessly under his skin, a permanent reminder of poor password hygiene. They said he got it years ago. So he's been had it. So it said, tech-savvy friends deliver sobering news about Wayne's recovery options. He needs to strap an RFID reader to his palm for days to weeks while brute forcing every possible password combination. This isn't your typical forgot password scenario where you click a reset link. The CF security protocols demand exhaustive computational attacks that will make his hand look like a low-budget cyborg experiment. Most people would consider this effort excessive for recovering access to a defunct mean link. It says Daniel Oboris, a former vice writer, faced identical frustration after drunkenly getting an NFC C-hip implant and forgetting his passcode. He spent hours reviewing technical documentation before recovering access and dubbed himself the world's most useless cyborg. His advice for prospective chip recipients: do it sober, as companies like Neuralink, which is Elon Musk, push brain-computer interfaces toward mainstream adoption. See? Towards mainstream adoption. So the CIP, the RFID CIP, is about to become mainstream. Now you have people that already, now people have been getting it for years, because you had that company in Wisconsin that was, 2007? They did the pilot program, so people got it then. You got the whole thing in Sweden. You got a bunch of people in Sweden that got it, and a bunch of people throughout the country, throughout the world. I believe they said now, like almost a couple 100,000 people have microchips implanted in their skin. And that, no doubt, is the mark of the beast, because what are they using it for? They're using it to buy and sell. And let me skip that. Real quick, because this is it. This is the prophecy that we're waiting for it to become mainstream. Now they're already getting the nukes ready. They're already getting World War III ready. They're already getting the whole new system ready. Now they need the actual mark of the beast, because the beast system is getting put more and more to the front runner. All right. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." And that's what this guy has. That's what Wang has. He has a mark. It says RFID micro C-hip implant. Now, granted, I don't know if they said it's used because he forgot his password, but it's to his Bitcoin, which is what? Buying and selling. Because what are they trying to make a currency as we go further down in time? They're going to make it crypto. And Bitcoin is one of the main cryptocurrency platforms. So you already see what time it is. It says, verse 17, it says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. But it says, and that no man might buy or sell. Now, and if they're not going to be using cash like that anymore, what else are they going to be using? Digital currency, CBDC. Central banking digital currency. The central banks, the elites, are going to push this new system to all the banks. The crypto is going to get more and more, pushed to the mainstream. And this right here this article is an example of it. So where do people get off talking about the mark of the beast is not the micro CIP? When the scripture says that no man can buy or sell save he that had the mark that was implanted in his right hand or his forehead. What are they talking about implanting people? A micro CIP. In their right hand or their forehead, or whichever hand. It don't even matter where you get it implanted, but mostly they say the best parts would be the hand or the forehead. Most people probably gonna get it in their hand. No matter but where you get it, whether it be your right hand, whether it be your left hand, whether it be your forehead, you're gonna die with the with nuclear fire. You're gonna die in that great day of the Lord, the second death. That goes for everybody, man, everybody, but mainly to the Israelites. And we're supposed to push that this is the micro C. This is what the scriptures speak of. It's nothing else. There was no other time where this ever happened. Now is the time. And Esau's kingdom, for Esau the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. Esau's kingdom is when YAHAWASHI comes back. He's the last heathen to rule over the Israelites. He's the nation that the Lord is going to deliver out of captivity. And the captivity is under Esau. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, that's America. This situation where this guy forgot his password is in America. Oops. So I'm gonna read that verse 16 in the NLT, and it says, Revelation 13 and 16 in the NLT. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, or on the forehead, excuse me. There you go. What Neuralink was mentioned in this article, Elon Musk, with the whole brain C-hips. So this is it right here. This is literally it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Faith boosted. Because now we're seeing the end speak, because this is the end speaking. He said he had a Michael C. He got it for whatever. What the fuck he said? What does dude say? He said, what did he get it? He said he got it for. Oh. Yeah. It says Wang, which is the guy about who the article's about, he got the microchip in his hand that forgot his password. It says Wang originally implanted the RFID chip as a performance gimmick. Audience members would press as a performance gimmick. It says audience members would press their smartphones against his hand to trigger magical effects. The theatrical impact disappointed him, so he repurposed the chip by programming it with a Bitcoin address linked to an Amgor meme. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I know Bitcoin is a form of currency, cryptocurrency, digital currency. Because the CIP is going to be the actual money. This is going to be the system, how you buy and sell. There's going to be no more cash. There's going to be no more coins. You will never use gold or silver. No more gold and silver. They took that away. Never bringing that back. They got all the gold and silver. So now we got this Michael C. hip. This is it, right? This is the mark of the beast. This is what John saw. He saw Wang, dumbass, forgot his password to his microchip in his hand. The RFID. RFID Michael C. hip is here. So it's going to get pushed more and more and more and more and more. Okay, what's more? Any more? Okay. Okay, so back to this Daniel guy. So it says he got an NFC chip implant and forgetting his password. He spent hours reviewing technical documentation before recovering access and dubbed himself the world's most useless cyborg. His advice for prospective chip recipients: do it sober, as companies like Neuralink push brain-computer interfaces toward mainstream adoption. These cautionary tales highlight critical infrastructure risks, what happens when companies fold, services disappear, or security protocols become obsolete. It said Wang's predicament perfectly captures the Wild West nature of personal biohacking. Because what did they say? The human is now hackable. He let Esau hack him. And it sounds like a heathen. I mean, Wang. It says, so yeah, Wang's predicament perfectly captures the Wild West nature of personal biohacking. Your phone's lock screen is annoying. Your locked body chip is essential comedy. Before you embed any technology in your flesh, document those passwords somewhere your future self will actually find. And this is what they're pushing. Before you embed, it says before you embed any technology in your flesh, that's going to be the technology. There's no other technology that they really talk about embedding in your flesh. I mean, you got all this shit with, like, what the fuck? Like, what's this shit called? That's not really in your skin though. Like, prosthetics. But this technology is something that's gonna be implanted in your flesh. Remember, in your flesh. So you have to actually put it in your own natural God-made flesh. And that's the end of the article. So yeah, so there we go right there. So there's this guy, Wang Zhang, whatever the fuck his name is, forgot his password to his RFID microchip to his Bitcoin account. It don't get no clearer than that. And that's where we at. So, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Israel, aka the Apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth sincerity. Shalom.